The Aethys Academy of Galactic Sciences was more than just an institution. It was a temple of intellect, a crucible where only the brightest minds from across the cosmos gathered to push the very boundaries of knowledge. Nestled at the heart of the Jade Dominion, a civilization so advanced that their toddlers could solve equations that would leave lesser species in stunned confusion, the Academy stood as a beacon of progress. Here, gravity was a mere suggestion rather than a rule. Nanites preemptively handled mundane tasks before students even realized they needed doing, and even the cafeteria meals were engineered to enhance neuroplasticity, which is why the presence of a human among them was downright absurd. Caden Holt was an anomaly. He wasn't brilliant. He wasn't fast. His biochemistry was laughably inefficient compared to the genetically optimized species around him. Even the Ventari moloids, a species that literally oozed their way through lectures at quarter speed, could process information faster than he could. And so, he became the Academy's most entertaining spectacle. Scylla Shun was particularly vocal about it. Tall, elegant, and boasting the Jarn signature bioluminescent neural lattice, she carried herself with the confidence of someone who knew she was superior because, objectively, she was. And today, in the Advanced Quantum Mechanics lab, she was about to prove it again. Caden hunched over a set of trans-dimensional equation stabilizers, trying very hard to look like he knew what he was doing, which, to be fair, he didn't. He liked numbers, even understood them to an extent, but these numbers were different. These numbers were angry. They had too many dimensions, too many shifting variables that refused to sit still. Every time he thought he had them pinned down, they rearranged themselves into some eldritch nightmare of mathematics. Across from him, Scylla smirked. "Let me guess. You're struggling with the Zerian inversion theorem." Caden squinted at the holographic equations. "I mean, I'm struggling with everything, but sure, let's pretend that's the main issue." The Jarn students chuckled. Even Professor GYX, a six-eyed reptilian scholar who had witnessed centuries of academic brilliance, sighed heavily, rubbing his temple with one of his many clawed fingers. Scylla leaned forward, eyes glittering with that particular kind of condescension only a Jarn could master. "You know, it's kind of adorable how hard you try. Really it is." Caden arched a brow. "Wow." That almost sounded supportive. "Oh, it is," she said sweetly. "I fully support your ongoing efforts to be slightly less pathetic." The laughter around them grew louder. Even the molluscoid at the next table wobbled slightly in amusement. Impressive, considering their species had an emotional range roughly equivalent to a damp sponge. Caden sighed. "Right. Great. Listen, can we at least pretend I have dignity?" Scylla grinned. "I could, but that would be a lie. And my species has a strict ethics code about distorting reality for the sake of your fragile emotions. You literally just bent reality itself 5 minutes ago to correct a math error." "Exactly," she said smugly. "See the difference?" Caden pinched the bridge of his nose. "Remind me again why I left her for this." The laughter continued, but amid the humor, an undeniable truth remained. Caden Holt did not belong here, not physically, not intellectually. The Jade lived for 10,000 years, their intelligence sculpted over generations of genetic refinement. The Athens, another top species of the Academy, processed time in multiple temporal dimensions, allowing them to solve equations in the past, present, and future simultaneously. And then there was him, a guy from a backwater planet that had only recently figured out how to not blow itself up every few centuries. As the lab session wrapped up, Professor GYX eventually gave up on Caden entirely, moving on to students who could actually process equations without looking like their souls were leaking out their ears. Caden, meanwhile, resigned himself to glaring at the math like it had personally wronged him. Scylla watched him struggle for a while before sighing dramatically. "All right, I can't watch this anymore. Move over." Caden frowned as she hacked into his equations, her fingers gliding over the holographic interface with effortless precision. Numbers rearranged themselves in elegant spirals, forming patterns that Caden was pretty sure were illegal in some parts of the universe. "There," she said smugly. "Fix it for you." Caden blinked. "You just did the entire assignment for me, didn't you?" "Of course. Watching you struggle was too painful, and I refused to be emotionally burdened by your inadequacy." I'm pretty sure this is academic fraud. I'm pretty sure no one expects you to pass this class anyway. Caden rubbed his temples. This is why I drink. Oh, please. You don't even drink real alcohol. You drink that terrible stuff that burns your organs and doesn't even contain hyperneurogenic compounds. Yeah, because my species isn't genetically engineered to handle liquid mind-altering substances. Scylla smirked. Sad. Caden exhaled slowly. I hope you step on a Lego. I don't know what that is, but I assume it's pathetic. Oh, it is. But it's also the most painful experience in the universe. Before Scylla could fire back, the overhead chimes signaled the end of the lab session. As students filed out, she stretched, her neural lattice glowing faintly. All right, primitive. I'm off to do something actually productive with my day. Caden rolled his eyes. I'll be here, contemplating my life choices. As she walked away, she called back over her shoulder, Good luck not failing out of existence, Holt. The laughter followed her out of the room. Caden sighed, turning back to his screen. The numbers still didn't make sense. The equation still made his brain hurt. But as he sat there, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching him. A creeping sensation at the back of his mind. Something old, something forgotten. Then, just for a moment, his terminal glitched. A line of strange, forbidden text flickered onto the screen. Do not let them remember. Caden blinked, and then just as quickly it was gone.